Hello everyone. In the last video, we have discussed about how to make these connectivities and we have checked for the ping reachability. Then finally, we have configured the telnet in all of these layer 2 switches. Now what we are going to do is we are going to configure all of these devices from my network automation controller by using the Python programming. Okay, for that reason, I am opening my Ubuntu console. Okay, okay, it's open. So let me check what is the Python version installed here. Okay, I'm checking for Python 3. Okay, the Python 3, 3.12 is here, right? So we are going to automate through Telnet. So I'm going to search for the Telnet library for Python, right? Here, if you see, now in the Python documentation, it's in 3.13. Okay, it says that deprecated since version 3.11, removed in version 3.30. But in my Ubuntu machine, the Python version is running 3.12. So I am checking whether this library is available for 3.12, right? Yeah, it's available, right? So what we are going to do is here, what we are going to do is here there is an example. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this example. Okay, I'm going to use this example in our network automation controller, right? I am copy pasting this one in the Notepad++. Notepad++ is a kind of a text editor. If you wish, you can use your VS Code text editor or the Sublime text also you can use. Okay, I don't see the text syntax highlighting. So for that reason, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this one with the Python extension. So Control S. Okay, I'm giving a name, Telnet. Okay, telnet 1.py. Okay, after I'm saving with that Python extensions, you can see that now the syntax are highlighted. Okay, so let's say I'm going to configure, first of all, let's configure this 255.100 only. Okay, not only we can configure by using this Python Telnetlib library. What can we do is we can see what are the running configuration, what are the interfaces configuration, something like that also we can see by using that Telnet library. So I have copied this code. I'm going here. So it's importing the get pass library. Okay, in order to get the Telnet password and importing the telnet library and host, local host. We are going to connect to the first host 192.168.255. The IP address is 100. Okay, user input, enter your remote account. This is not relevant to us. I'm going to type telnet username, telnet username, and then it's going to ask for the password and password is stored in the variable called password. Okay, then this telnet library is connecting to the host via telnet and read until this B stand for the byte. Okay, this B stand for the byte because if I come to that Python documentation, okay, if you see here until the Okay, in this read until, here if you see read until a given byte string. So when we are using this method, okay, read until is a method. Okay, in this method, we need to read for bytes, not for the strings. Okay, when I connect it to the device, whether it's going to prompt login, let's check. Okay, I'm going to telnet to the first device 192.168.255.100. Okay, 100 username. It's asking username, not the login. If you see here, it's asking for the username, not for the login, right? Not for the login. So it is irrelevant. So I'm typing username. Okay, username. After I have entered the username, I'm asking for the password. Right? So TN right use a encode a scheme because I'm giving a string. Okay, this Saahith, this is my username, this is a string. But this write method also, if you come here, this write method, okay, this write method also write a byte string to the socket. So in order to make this string as a byte, I'm using user.encode ASCII, right? At the time when I type the username in the string, it will automatically send us a byte to that socket. Okay, then if password, read until b byte password. Okay, when I connected after the username, when I given the username, it's prompting for the Saahith username, it's prompting for the password, right? Password. So this is okay. Then tn write, okay, b/ls. Okay, this is for the Linux command. Okay, this is for a Linux command. Okay, when I type ls, it will list what are the files in that folder, right? But it is irrelevant for us. For a telnet, we are doing a telnet to the Cisco switch. So after I am telnetting here, okay, after in the switch, after I am telnetting here with my username Saahith, and if you remember the password I had given Cisco, right? In the switch, I need to type enable, right? I need to type enable. So here it should be enable, right? It should be enable. Okay, after I'm typing the enable, it will ask for the password. Okay, after I'm typing for the enable, it will ask for the password. So I need to give the password. So if you remember, my enable password also Cisco, right? So I need to give Cisco, right? Cisco. After that, what I'm going to do is in this switch, let's say I want to see what are the interface IP addresses. So the command I will write show IP interface brief normally. So in the telnet also, telnet library, this code also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the same code, okay, show IP interface brief. Copy, Control V, paste. Right? This is the simple command we are going to run in our first switch. The switch IP address is 192.168.255.100. That is here. Okay. So I am copying all of these code. Control E, Control C. Here I am coming. Okay. If I list, sorry, exit. Okay, if I list here, there are several Python files. Okay, what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm removing all those available previous files. Okay, so list again. So there is no files now in that directory. Okay, so I have copied this code. Okay, what I'm going to do is by using the nano editor for the Ubuntu nano, I am creating a file, let's say telnet.py file, telnet.py file. Okay, here I am pasting the code. Okay, I am pasting the code. Okay, I have pasted. Okay, in order to save the command, in order to save these lines in the nano editor, press Ctrl X, then yes, in order to save the modified buffer, yes, then enter, right? In order to see what inside that file we have just now edited, we can use the command cat. Okay, cat telnet.py. Okay, if I enter the command, it will show me what is in the inside that file. Okay, these are the lines inside that file. Okay, let's check whether our code is working. So it's a Python file. So Python 3, then that file name. Okay, it's asking for the username. Okay, so username is Saahith. Okay, password is Cisco. If you see, the code is run successfully, right? This is what we have expected now that shown here, right? So I can see in the switch side as well who is logging into that switch via which protocol. Okay, so I have opened up that switch here. Okay, open up that switch here. Okay, enable Cisco. Okay, I'm type debug telnet. If there is any telnet connectivity in the device, it will be shown here. So let's once again run the Python file. Username Saahith. The password is Cisco. Okay, when I start given the password, the telnet connection is established. Here also we can see what is going on the telnet connections. Okay, here we can read login success user Saahith. The source, which is the source I am accessing from my network automation controller, that is my Ubuntu machine, that IP address also shown here. Okay, so there is no wonder here because I can only access only one switch by using this Python code, right? So let's say I want to see all the interfaces IP addresses for all the other devices as well. So I need to edit my code, right? I need to edit my code. Okay, if you see here, here the host IP address is only one, but I have four devices here. Switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, switch 4. So in order to access each of these devices one by one, okay, I am going to use a for loop. Okay, I'm going to use a for loop. For that reason, what I do is um, I'm going to edit my code. Okay, first of all, we will edit with the notepad plus plus. Then I will copy the code and paste into my new file in the Ubuntu machine. Okay, so I'm creating a list. Okay, devices. Okay, devices equal. Okay, I'm creating a list. Control V. Okay, I'm creating a list. Sorry, 101. Okay, 100, 101, 102, 103. Okay, so what I'm going to do is from this list, okay, from this Python list, what I'm going to do is I am going to access each of these devices one by one. I will access them and I will run the below code for each of those IP addresses. So what I'm going to do is I am introducing a for loop here for, let's say, IP, for IP in devices. Okay, devices. Okay, OIP in devices. When I'm connecting to the each device, I'm going to print. I'm going to print here in this console. I'm going to print this console connecting to this IP address, something like that. So what I need to type there, print, print, print F connecting to curly brackets IP via Telnet. Okay, via Telnet. Okay. Then what I am doing is I'm going to make all of these lines come under this for loop. Okay. So Alt pressed and drag this one and four spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. What will happen is in this for loop, the IP is each of these elements in this list. So when the first IP address is given, it's connecting to print. Instead of this IP, it will print this one 192, 168, 255, 100. Okay. This is called F string, right? I have put an F here. This is called the F string. So whenever it see within the curly bracket any variable, it will plug that variable here. So everything is finally printed out, right? So it will connect to the 100 and do the configuration. Show the configuration, show IP interface brief. Here we are not doing any configurations. We are just seeing the IP interface brief. Okay, it will show that one. After for loop finishes, it will again go into the next IP address 101, run these codes. Then next again go to the 102 and run this code. Again 103, run this code. Okay, that is what going to happen here. Okay, so let's copy this code. Okay, let's copy, Control C, right? And I'm coming here. Okay, list. There's a telnet file already there. I'm creating a new file, nano telnet 2.py. Okay, telnet 2.py. Enter. Okay, I'm pasting the code I have copied. Okay, in order to save, press Ctrl X. Yes, enter. Right? Let's see what has written in that code by using the cat command. Cat telnet. Okay, cat telnet 2.py. Okay, enter. Okay, okay. It seems everything is fine. So let's run this code. Python 3 telnet 2.py. Okay, I will open the console of all of these switches as well. Okay, this side, and this side. Okay, I have enabled the debug telnet in all of these devices. So when somebody is connected via the telnet, it will shown in the terminal. Okay, so I'm running the code. Okay, username Saahith, password Cisco. Okay, yeah, there is an issue in the code because here I have given the IP address as IP, not as host. So I need to change this as IP, as IP. So I will change that one in the code here, nano telnet2.py. So use your arrow marks, right? Down arrow. Instead of this host, I'm going to type IP, right? Control X, yes, enter, right? Once again, I'm checking with the cat comma. Okay. 03 IP via telnet IP. Everything seems like fine. So let's again check with the Python code. Okay, username Saahith, password Cisco. Okay, first switch connected via Telnet, second switch 101, third switch 102, fourth switch 103. So by using the telnet code, I was able to connect to all of these devices in an instance, right? But if you're doing by manually, you need to type telnet that IP address, then your username, password, something like that. Then you need to go to the enable, give your password, then show IP interface brief. One by one, you need to type, right? It's a manual task. If you go with the manual one, it's a time consuming one. But if you come to the programming with Python, when you do that as an automations, can you see how much efficient that one within a within a short time, we were able to get all the interface IP information of all of these devices. So what I'm going to do is I will check the telnet connection in other devices as well. So when I connected via the telnet, that is shown in the telnet, shown in the terminal of that device. For the L2 also same, right? User Saahith has excited. Login success. Layer 2, switch 3. This is for the switch 4, right? Now what we have done is we have only see the configurations. Okay, no, we haven't configured anything. We have run the show commands. But let's say I need to create, okay, let's say in the switch 1, okay, let's say in the switch 1, I need to create, okay, VLANs. Okay, let's say I need to create 50 VLANs. I need to create 50 VLANs. So usually what we will do, we will type enable the password Cisco, right? Switch 1, conf T, right? Then you will start to write, right? First of all, I will list what are the VLANs available here. Let's see. Do show VLAN brief. Okay. If you see, the default VLANs are there, right? So in order to configure the new VLAN, what I need to type VLAN, let's say 2. Okay. Let's say name. I'm going to configure the VLAN named, let's say new name, Pi VLAN. Okay, Pi VLAN 2. Okay, Pi VLAN 2. Enter. Okay. Then now do show VLAN brief, right? Okay. Have configured VLAN 2 name by VLAN 2 to show VLAN brief. Right? That second VLAN is now created. Like that, if I want to create 50 VLANs from number 2 to number 50, what I need to do? I again and again I need to type VLAN 3. Okay, name 5 VLAN 3. For VLAN 4, I need to type VLAN. Okay, there is an error. For the VLAN 4, VLAN 4. Okay, name 5 VLAN 4. Something like that. It's a manual task, right? One by one, I need to create in the switches. Okay, so if I want to create that kind of from VLAN number 2 to VLAN 50, that is a tedious task for the one switch. But think about how much tedious it's going to be, how much hard is going to be if you want to configure for all of these devices, right? So we can automate that one too, right? First of all, I am here. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to delete all the configured VLANs now. Show VLAN brief. Okay. So conf t no VLAN from 2 to 4. Okay. Do show VLAN brief. Okay, I have deleted the VLANs which I have created earlier. So let's create those VLANs in all of these switches by using our Python code, right? So you know how to log in each of these devices by using the telnet with the Python. Okay, now what I am going to do is, now what we are going to do is, we are going to configure VLANs number from 2 to 15 from this Python code by editing this Python code. Okay, do not worry. I will upload all of these code in a Google Drive and share those links with you in the video description. Okay, so let's create those VLANs. Okay, so here, okay, this one need to be done for all of the switches. Okay, now we don't need this one. Okay, we don't need this one. So in order to configure from VLAN 2 to 15, I need a for loop for I in range. Okay, I in range. Okay, I in range. Let's say 2 to 51. Because already there is a VLAN 1. If I type like this range 2 to 1, it will start from 2, it will end with 50, 51 minus 1. So it will stop with 50. Okay, because there is a default VLAN 1, I cannot change the name of it or I cannot delete that one. That is a default VLAN. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start with VLAN number 2 and I'm going up to VLAN 50. So for I in range 251, what I'm typing is, okay, I need to type, okay, create the VLANs. So copy, Control V. Okay, T and right, what I am typing is F, okay, F. This is the F string I have already explained. In the F string, what we'll do is it will plug in that variable. Okay, so like here also, I'm going to use that F string. So F strings, VLAN, okay, VLAN, within the curly brackets, I'm giving I. So when first time it's plug in 2, VLAN 2, okay, VLAN 2. Then what we need to do is, we need to encode this one. Okay, we need to encode this one, encode. Because if I leave this here, okay, if I am not using the encode, that means this will be a string. This will be a string. But the right method is mentioning that, okay, when I check for the right method, write a byte string to the socket. Okay, we need to write the byte string to the socket. So I need to encode my string to ASCII. Then it will automatically encoded to the byte. So that is what I am doing here. So in the code, I'm typing VLAN 2 dot encode. Okay, encode to ASCII. Okay, to ASCII. Okay, to ASCII. Okay, then it will press the enter tab. Right? This is one. Okay, VLAN 2 is created now. Then what I need to type, I need to give the name. Control C. Okay, Control C, Control V. I need to make a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's give the name. Okay, let's give the name Py VLAN. Let's put a hyphen, hyphen 2. Okay, this is what we are going to do. Okay, after running this, it will type, let's say, okay, Control C, Control V. Let's type end. Okay, so it will log into the switch and enable, type the enable and give the enable password. Then First of all, we need to configure these things in the global configuration mode, right? So I need to type config t as well. Control V. I need to type config t as well. Otherwise you will see some of the errors. Config t. So it will go into the global configuration mode. Then it will start to write VLAN 2. VLAN 2, its name. Okay, it should be name pi VLAN 2. Something like that, right? Okay, let's see how this works in the real time. Okay, okay. Okay, I will copy everything. Control C, right? Here, I'm again checking for what are the files available. So I'm creating a nano file, nano VLAN config, let's say conf.py, right? Conf.py. Here I am pasting the code, paste. Okay, paste it. Control X, Y, enter, right? Let's check the code, cat VLAN. Okay. Okay, the codes look fine. Let's check what it's doing. Okay, so Control L, I'm clearing the terminal. Okay, Python 3, VLAN, conf.py. Okay, it's asking for the username, Saahith. Okay, Saahith. Before giving that one, the password, once again, let me show whether there are any VLANs configured. VLAN brief, right? Only the first VLAN, default VLAN, and the other VLANs. Okay, not VLAN 2 to 50, right? Here also enable Cisco, right? Show VLAN brief. Okay, there is no other VLANs from VLAN 2 to number 50. There is no other VLANs. In switch 3, okay, enable Cisco, okay, show VLAN brief. No. In switch 4, enable Cisco, okay, show VLAN brief. Okay, now I have shown that there is no VLANs previously configured in all these four switches. Now what we are going to do is from our network automation controller, I'm going to run my Python script via Telnet. So I'm giving the username, Saahith, password, Cisco, right? There is an issue, right? String request, string as left operand, not bytes. Okay, the issue is what I need to do is, okay, what I need to do is here, these lines. Okay, I need to type like this slash n. Okay, it need a left operand. So it also slash n, remove this one. Okay. Okay. It seems fine. So Control X, Y, enter. Again, once again, I'll check the code by using the get command. Okay. Cat. Okay, let's see the code in actions. So Python 3, VLAN conf 5, username Saahith, password Cisco. No, there is another error. If I write like this, if I write after creating the VLAN 2, what will happen is it will break out from the loop and come to the uh, privilege execute mode, that sharp shine. So again and again, the code won't run. So what I need to do is in the nano, right? In the nano, right? Okay, it should come off after the for loop is finished. Okay, Control X, Y, enter. Again, once again, I'll check the code. Okay, once again, I'll check the code. It's look fine. Okay, Python 3 VLAN conf.py. Asking for the username, Saahith. Okay, password, Cisco. Okay, if you see the switch 1 is successfully configured, switch 2 also successfully configured until 5 VLAN 50. Switch 3 is also successfully configured, and switch 3 also, switch 4 also now being configured. Switch 4 also configured. Here also you can see someone has login via the telnet sessions. So I can here from switch 1 I'll start show VLAN brief. Now if you see there are 50 VLANs created. Okay, 50 VLANs created. In switch 2 show VLAN brief, 50 VLANs are created. Switch 3 also show VLAN brief, 50 VLANs are created. Switch 4 also the same, 50 VLANs are created. So think about that. If you're going to manually going to configure all of these devices, how much time is going to consume? But when I configured them using the Python code, it was very easy, right? Within the very small time, we have configured all the four switches with 50 VLANs, right? So think how much efficient work we are doing. Okay, so initially in the code, I have made this mistake, but that's also a learning point. We can learn where we are making the mistakes. We can learn, right? So you need to think in the network engineer's point of view, what's going wrong. And otherwise, if you can't think like that way, we cannot troubleshoot in the network or troubleshoot in the code. Okay, it's easy to troubleshoot these kind of codes. So telnet library is deprecated from the later versions like 3.13, but still this Ubuntu machine is using 3.12. That is why I have used the Telnetlib library. So it will help you to learn the history of network automations, I believe. So thank you for watching. I will upload all of these codes into the Google Drive. I'll share the link through this video's descriptions. So if you like the videos, please uh, share with your friends, and thank you for watching. Again, we will meet you with a new video. Okay, bye bye then.